to another reading. Yeah. Thank you all so much for all the support. Really. But let's jump into this reading, and let's see what's going on in the energy right now. What's going on in the energy? Other than a lot of transformation, there's a lot of like heart chakra expanding that's been going on today. So if you've been having a lot of heart chakra pains or a lot of emotion and you don't know why, it's because you are healing with the earth. As the earth morphs and moves and changes and heals, you are as well. Well, we are as well. But things kind of feel stuck and stagnant at this time. Kind of just like bored. You know what I mean? Like the energy, it's not that it's like kind of stale. Like there's not really much going on. It's the same old still. It's like time's just kind of been frozen. So what's going on with that? What's going on with this stagnant energy spirit? For some, it's something that you're trying to escape, some sort of emotion that you're escaping that's leaving the stagnancy. For others, it's some sort of like denial or excuse that you're making to why you can't have fun, or have the fun that you're kind of looking for, if you know what I mean. And welcome in, you're welcome in. But there seems to be like a need for more fun, but there's some sort of like, nah, I don't want to. Like you're almost running away from certain things because of how stagnant the air feels. It's kind of like leached onto you and kind of made you in this stagnant energy. Yeah. And it's just because you've been in a very fragile energy. You might be having a lot of deja vu or nostalgia moments as well from like past cycles or thinking back to past people, or even now just like thinking about what the future is going to be like without certain people. You just kind of, yeah, with suffering and silence, just getting down to the real feelings of things. It's not really that you're suffering, and if you are, my condolences, but it's more of just like the the lust of the past almost, you know what I mean? Like the things you used to do. It's like, yeah, because you're almost, it's weird because you're almost like going to miss this chaos energy. It's the same thing that you hear like, oh, you're not gonna miss like high school or whatever, you're not gonna miss school, and a lot of people who say like, oh, I'm not going to, end up missing it. It's that same energy that's happening here. Like you're thinking, oh, I'm not gonna miss that chaotic energy, but yet you're in this moment, and these moments like this where you're kind of like bored, where nothing's really moving unless you're moving, and you're kind of wanting something spontaneous to happen, and it's because of that addiction to the chaos that's still being healed, that's still being worked through, that's still being you know, worked out with. So yeah, it's like laugh a bit. Spirit wants you to laugh a bit, have some joy, because you're already healing. It's less about, you know, forcing the healing and just allowing the healing to exist, you know. And that's what I feel like you're doing, but there needs to be like some more joy. Like get some laughs out, watch a movie, do something. Like don't be so uptight. um there could be an energy where you're trying to overwork yourself spiritually as well, so be careful with that. It's like don't overwork yourself spiritually, but also don't overwork yourself physically. And what I mean by overworking yourself spiritually is you might be watching a lot of like tarot videos on your situation, or like watching a bunch of like prediction ones with like, you know, this one, if you're seeing this one's for you type videos and stuff like that. And the divine kind of wants you to take a break from that and to do something to bring more light-hearted energy, more fun. Because it, though they're good to watch at times, it's more of, it's building up this anticipation for something to happen, and the divine wants you to get out of that cycle of watching those. And it's not like completely, but it's like when you have nothing else to do, don't let that be what fills in the boredom. Don't let that like anticipation energy fill in that gap between now and then. Allow yourself to fill in that space with joy, with happiness, with doing like arts and things. Yeah, instead of taking like rash actions and like, oh, I need to see some signs because I'm like, nothing's moving, let me go get a sign. Instead of doing that, slow down and take time to know what's going on around you. Get out in nature, take some time to yourself, really like stop and smell the roses. And that might not be a phrase that you're used to living by because everything's been so chaotic, but it's like you've made the right choices, so now it's time to really move forward with that knowledge and really just relax and ease and detox and do what you need to do. And it could even be like this illegal issue might be popping up that's causing a lot of this stress, but the divine's trying to give you like things to like escape with and take your mind off of it so you're not so stressed out about it. But there's all this like very high vibration. It's like it's such a very good vibration. And there's also this weird like projection energy where it's like, oh, this isn't about me, and it's like someone wants to like say that it's not, but yet they still watch the message, and it's trying to say that it is for them, but they're not paying attention to it. Like things of that's coming up too for some reason. But there's this, I don't know, it's like this denial of thinking that it's like, yeah, no, it can't be this, but it is that because it's what the divine's telling you, and the fact that it only came up once, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's what the divine's been trying to tell someone. That came through really harsh. There's like this daydream energy that you're kind of needing to be in, where you're like, I mean, just overly optimistic about things and really just digging down in the roots and being like, you know what, everything is fine. Like the energy that I'm feeling is transmitting into positivity, and I'm having control over my thoughts, and everything's going good. Everything is going to go good. The fact that everything's slowing down means that things are going to be moving again soon. It just means that like a break is happening. And it's like you really have to tap into your feminine energy and allow that feminine energy to take charge. Allow your intuition to be like, no, everything is going to be okay. If your intuition's telling you that something's going wrong, why is it? And is that really your intuition or is that your thoughts? You know, because you have to realize like your brain is a double-edged sword. Like it has free will to do what it wants, but it also has the will to do what you need to do as well. But there's a lot of, and it feels like just like you're thinking yourself out of certain things, you know? Like there's certain things that you're thinking about, but you're not necessarily doing, or if it's not doing it, it's like the thoughts around it are like, I don't know. It's something distant, like something in the, I don't know, like a long-term plan, something that you're trying to look at. Maybe trying to see if like a long-term, I don't know. It's like a lot of stress about the future that's coming up, really. That's trying to be purged out, especially because um today's just a very like introspective day because like the planets that are coming along, we're like the sun, we're about to be in Libra, the Venus is up. um I think it's also Jupiter, if I'm not wrong. We have the Andromedans, we have the Arcturians around. Like the energy is just really a lot, and it's some people are picking it up as anxiety. Other people are like just being exhausted by the energy, not able to like keep up with it. And it's really just like a resting phase because when these double moons hit, that's when something's really about to like take off. There's some sort of like it's like I'm hearing the words ultimate shift, and I'm not like, I guess it's gonna be like, yeah, it's something about just set the boundaries that you need to set right now, between people that you think are doing things underneath the surface, or like people who aren't comfortable being around. Like put boundaries between them, because there's something about like it's something that's going to be solidified. Like there's some part of your life that's going to be solidified for, I'm hearing, the next like 6 years or something. So being careful of like what you're choosing to do. Yeah, what's going on with this, but they're coming out in twos. It's interesting because these keep coming out in twos, and one of them's like about a relationship and the other one's not. So this could be about like a relationship coming in, or something about um changing, like switching timelines to that type. Yeah, it's like, yeah, it is switching timelines. It's something about the boundaries you've set, or something that you've done that switched timelines. It's really like you're moving from this like energy of feeling hopeless to like feeling hopeful. But it's this heart activation that's kind of throwing you off. It's this heart enlightenment, this heart and widening, this heart chakra like nurturing, where it's shedding, and breaking the mold, where it kind of brings that stress energy, where it brings that, oh, I don't know if I'm doing something right. Yeah, it causes confusion, which is why the divine is telling you to really nurture yourself at this time, because there is this. I mean, I don't know if anyone else has been feeling it, but this huge shift, like we're talking about like the the state of like the year of Aquarius is about to be set into where like whatever you know is now going to be affecting your life. Like this is a whole like life change. So it's very important to like um let yourself be heard by yourself. Like it's time to let your feelings out, to be like in your feelings if you need to. Um because this purge is going to really like put a clean slate for these next few like years. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's something about how you're going to be established. I'm not telling you. And this is where this paranoia is coming through. Archangel Michael is here to give you harmony, though. There is this protection with you. You know, Archangel Michael is protecting you, like keeping you safe, trying to keep you calm during this storm. But there's a need to really lean on and trust the divine fully at this time. Like if there's something that you're wanting to do, but you're like, no, I can't do that because I said this, and that, but it's something that you're craving to do, allow yourself to be lenient with yourself and to do those things, unless it's like something that you know you shouldn't do. But if it's like breaking a fast or something where you just feel like you can't do it anymore and you need to do that, allow yourself to do so. Like ease up on yourself, because these energies are harsh enough on you, and the harder that you work, the harder that it's going to be with these energies. Yeah, with the Emperor, it's about ruling with power and knowing your worth, but it's also about knowing when to back down. This masculine energy inside of you is being balanced out because you focus so much more on the feminine, that now that you're working with the masculine, it's like you're putting the gas pedal on too much because you feel like you have to put more work in, but you were doing the work on the feminine side so that you could actually realize that you don't need to work as hard. Now it's time to get the masculine side to be aware what the plan is, because the masculine side of your brain isn't aware of what's going on. But this is the full injustice, and this is that energy that you're in is really solving that with the devil, these attachments. And like it's this seesaw game. And I was talking to the divine about it like yesterday, and I was really thinking about it. It was kind of funny because it's like, you know, in those like training videos where the person being trained gets their ass kicked completely, and they're exhausted and pissed off, and then through that pissed off energy they end up persevering through the fight, and they end up being the master, and the master's like, you did it. Like that's what the divine's doing with you basically right now, is these small cycles that you keep repeating is just to get you so aware of it and so irritated that the next time it pops up you're just like, go the fuck away. Like you don't want anything to do with it, because it's like we're eliminating things out of your life now. We got to do this. So be easy on yourself, and if there's something that you just don't want to do or want to get rid of, just fucking do it, because it's gonna follow you. It's just Mercury retrograde fucking energy that's like lashed on the people, because like Pluto about to go in Capricorn or something like that, I think soon, and that's not gonna be. That's all about like your worth ethics and like how you're working and your stability, and that's just gonna be rough, and that's going to be rough shadow work too. So it's just really clearing out the closet before new things get in, so that the closet doesn't fucking overfull, like, full itself up again. Yeah, especially, yeah, with the Five of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, because you're going back out in the world. You're going to go back out and start working again and start doing these things that bring you to this high vibrational state. But it's like you were doing those things under so much pressure that you weren't allowing yourself to really exist, without some sort of fear being behind that. But now, since you've broke through all that and you've realized certain things and you've healed through a lot, now you're able to jump through this portal with more ease. And the divine's just really making sure that you're hosed off. Like the thing I said with the phoenix rolling around all the ashes. And it's so funny that I say that, and then the King of Wands pops out, because again, it's about this power. Like you're kind of you're getting yourself to look appropriate to step into the role in the spiritual realm. So you're dusting yourself off, you're getting your suit or your dress on, you're putting your crowns on, you're sitting up straight, you're waiting for the doors to open, and that's this energy that the divine has you in. Yeah, the Seven of Swords reversed with the Ace of Swords reversed. Don't allow yourself to lie to yourself at this time and to be like, oh, nothing's working and everything's stuck because I'm doing something wrong. No, you're not doing anything wrong. The divine is just trying to, again, like, even it's this game of patience that we really are tested with, because being down here, the biggest thing that's hard for us to grasp is the difference between time, because we all experience time differently. And it's one of those fun things where the divine like has to test your patience, because a day here is like, it could be like not even a minute over there, and then like a few years could be, just a couple of hours where they're at, depending on like what planet where they're at is. And it's like you have to understand that. So like whoever you're manifesting with and whoever's energy you're using and calling upon to manifest with, you have to take account into like their times and stuff. So it's not that you're failing or anything. It's just you and your physical body still have to catch up to it, because the energy's already there. With the ten of Cups reverse and the Queen of Swords reverse, this is like you you get these thoughts from the divine, but when you do them, it's like after you do them, this lack of faith comes in. So really be aware of that, and just yeah, with the lovers, like reunite with yourself. But the Five of Wands, you unite with yourself so you can walk your own path again. Because it really, like, we get stuck in this phase of spirituality, and even I did it too. It's like you really get hooked on watching people, and it's like, though it's good, the divine wants you to have a connection with them even more than just hearing about the messages that they have for you from someone else. They would rather tell you personally, and it's not easy for everyone. And that doesn't mean to stop watching everyone. To be use common sense with this, please. But it's like, depend on your own ability to contact the divine. Believe, just not even believe, know that you have the ability to talk to the divine, and allow yourself to use that as well, because the divine really wants to connect with everyone on the individual level, because that's why we're down here, is to remember how we interact with the divine, how the divine interacts with us. It's the personal best friend, it's the father, it's the mother, it's the father, it's the lifetime, like like seesaw effect, really, that you have to like get in. And this is kind of where these cycles in the past didn't really work. Like they worked out at the start really well, but as time went on, things didn't work out, and it was because you weren't fully attached with yourself. You didn't have full faith in yourself. There was some sort of like lack of belief, or some sort of fear, or like a situation that was going on during the time of you being on like the destined path. And it's not that you got off of it. The divine really, like, the divine will take you and put you somewhere safer until you're able to correct yourself and get back in alignment, and get back in the flow. And when you're on your destined path, because no one can stop you from, if you once you are on your destined path, no one can stop you from doing it. It might take longer because of people stalling you and stuff, but it's not going to stop you from getting there. But it's something about that you didn't realize your star. You forgot that you even had a star. You know what I mean? Or maybe you were afraid of someone stealing your star as well. But it all comes down to really just knowing that you have the destiny. It's the Cinderella effect. The only reason Cinderella did not get affected despite anything that happened was because she knew that she had a destiny, and that with that destiny, nothing could be changed because it's hers, and she's not giving anyone permission to live it because she's living it herself. And that's what doesn't need to change, is that fact of, I deserve to live on this path. I'm on this path for a reason, so allow me to remain on the path completely. And the Six of Cups, it's really like coming to yourself, and telling that to yourself, and be like, you know what, I do need all these things. Like, I am blessed in these things, and I like, I would like to do some of these things, and I'm not more than these things. And the human experience, even though isn't always the best, it's something that I still came down here to experience with the Fool. And it's just admitting the truths of like why you're here. And the King of Cups, when you leave with that type of nurturing energy, where you're telling yourself, these are the reasons why we're here, this is what I'm doing, like, I understand why I act this way, like, I understand where my fears are coming from, I see like where they root to. It's talking to yourself like that really allows you to move forward. Because yeah, with the Two of Swords to the Eight of Wands and the High Priestess reverse, there's some sort of like, and it's like, it's not that you don't self-motivate, but you focus on the fact that people don't motivate you unless it's under certain pretenses. It's like this, it's like a conditional self-support. It's like, I'll support myself if I see other people supporting me. And that's kind of what needs to drop as well, because it's like, people aren't going to support what they don't know, and they don't necessarily know what you have or what you're capable of. It's one of those things where you have to build that trust with you, so that you can be able to, yeah, with the Sun, live this innocence, be in this innocence energy, and realize that it's not that you can't do anything. It's just you're depending on some sort of external viewpoint to change how you're going to view something, to change the outcome of a situation. However, with the Three of Wands, it's about looking in the waters that you're about to go in, and viewing it and being like, I'm ready to go back into this. Like I'm ready to jump back full on, and we're gonna move on, and we're gonna fully heal. Yeah, with the Devil, it's these attachments that you've like figured out where they're at. With the Queen of Cups, it's like, again, you're figuring out where these attachments are that led you down this path of a lack of success, or put you on the bottom of the wheel. However, and this path that where people were stealing from you, this path where you were being drained and not able to manifest correctly, you've been solving the case slowly, bit by bit. Goodness gracious, I don't know why I keep saying slowly, but bit by bit. But again, it's like the divine kind of wants you to slow down. Maybe I need to slow down too. But again, it's like slowing down with the process and really just enjoying it. It's the experience, because what your experience isn't the outside world, it's you. And that's something that you kind of have to realize before you can control the reality around you. Is everything that you're experiencing is you. To a higher degree or lesser degree, it does not matter. It is all you, happening to you, to show you a part of you that you need to acknowledge, that you're either not acknowledging or you're pushing away. And it's just one of those things, when you accept it, it never will really bother you. It's why when you watch a lot of these, readings, and you get these emotional impulses, it's because you're not healed from it yet, and it has to be shown to you. And it's not to desensitize yourself to it, but it's to show you all the different avenues that came together to create this one path. But I feel called to get the animal. I feel called to get the animal spirit deck. But again, it's about like, it's really, I'm hearing quantum entanglement. It really is about like shifting timelines, and combining different types of timelines together to almost keep you afloat, that you've been manifesting and doing, that you haven't been aware of. But it's time to be aware of it. So now that you know how, that you're able to do these things, think back to the energy that you're around when when you're able to do that. Yeah, but Swan being out, as well, it's your inner beauty. But we have effortless creativity, sensitive mystic, and elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of this graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, it's your soul calling for attention. It's solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. When in balance, an infinite creative power. When out of balance, agitated, snippy, and lacking vision, to bring into balance solo time and writing. So you might need to do some journaling, or just like writing, or just however, but there is some sort of creative journey that you were on that had to come to a stop because of like external situations, and you were unable to process and digest those things. And we have Phoenix on the bottom. Again, this is you coming back. This is your second chance. I'm hearing like your second win, genuinely. I'm here with Phoenix. We have freedom from suffering, freedom from suffering and past karma and reincarnation. The phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as burning the impurities through practice and dedication, or tapas. The essence of the phoenix is with us when we realize that we have been suffering for too long, and something must change. We take a stand to decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. At that very moment, the spark of the phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall off into the ashes, and the light and a lightness and clarity emerge. As the stagnancy continues to smolder, the phoenix lifts up our spirits up and up as we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It's a sign of the fire transformation is upon your wings. The phoenix in the first chakra. The ancient yogis believe that our heaviest karma resides in the first chakra. This earthen center is also called the Muladhara, or our root. The essence of the phoenix begins here. The ascent of the phoenix begins here, excuse me. And as the entanglement of karmas is slowly burned, it rises from the ash towards the navel center. Again and again, it makes this journey from first to third chakra, purifying our essence, freeing us from the past. So again, like, You've and it's so funny that like after that zebra popped up, and the first thing that I popped like underneath Phoenix was zebra, and the first thing I thought of when I seen zebra was like someone in a jail because of the outfit. And we have Peacock. It's time to show your elegant beauty. Like I'm telling you, it really this energy is really to you might feel like you're burning alive, and you can literally call that like the flame, walking through the flames if you wish, and having everything burnt off of you. But that's what's happening. It's this rebirth that's been happening. It's this kundalini awakening. It's whatever you want to call it. It's the Christ awakening, whatever, however you want to label it. It's happening. The awakening, the coming to self realization, the realization of becoming whole, and that you've never really left anywhere. You've always been whole. You've just been neglecting a part of you that was shunned because other people didn't know how to use that part of them, unlike you. And the peacock, though, inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy, it comes from the plumage, but its secret of the peacock is that beauty resides and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment or conflict or pain or past pain, within the psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and of others. When in balance, confident, kind. When out of balance, can't digest situations. To bring in a balance, meditation on the navel. I'm serious. I'm talking to the ones that have done this shit. Like, listen, being in the peacock energy of really being able to look at any situation you've been in, and not just see the good side and the bad side, but to see why it happened, the steps that you took, and even the steps that they took to allow you in their energy. Like, just seeing the full picture as it is, not putting blame. It's such a rare thing, and if you're able to do that, it's implored that you do share this gift, because this is the next wave of consciousness, is really getting to the point where we stop blaming, because we're starting to come together more and more. You can even see it, like more and more people are realizing that shit's become just bullshit, and like everything's like, it doesn't even matter about sides anymore. We're all being poisoned by fucking, like, what, 27 people, I think, 26, 27 people total, whatever the fuck, Congress, whatever the hell, plus some more that we're unaware of. It's like there's more going on than that. We're already realizing that the consciousness is collecting that way. Once that starts happening, the divine needs us to all understand nothing bad actually happened. And that sounds crazy as fuck to say, but nothing bad really happened. The only thing that was bad that happened was you did not like the experience. But that does not mean the experience was bad, because the experience taught you something, or it was supposed to, and you're still trying to find what it was trying to teach you. That's the thing. That's the awakening. That's the rebirth of realizing, fuck. Since nothing bad really happened, I'm not bad. They're not bad. We're all just learning. It doesn't matter what they did to me, because what they did to me, they're already suffering from, and I don't need to suffer from that anymore. I don't need to suffer from that attachment from being on there. I don't deserve to feel as if am bonded with this person because I am unable to see them in a healed position, or see myself in a healed position after what they've done. It's really like coming together. It's an energy that, like, when you experience it, truly is like it lifts you. There's nothing else like it. It's total acceptance. It's almost as if the divine comes down and like just shows you how it feels to have divine love. Once you start extruding that love genuinely, it it becomes like intoxicating basically for you. But we have Cheetah and Black Egg as the final two animal cards. But it's like, don't think as well, if you're not at that point to where you can't see that, do not worry. I'm like, listen, some people get it before others, and it's just how it's supposed to be. You are on the right path. If you are struggling to get to that realization, it's okay. Do not worry. Do not think that you're doing something bad. Don't think you're doing something wrong. It's part of the process. Not all of us grasp it that quickly, because a lot of us have traumas that latch on to that incident that makes it even harder for us to heal from. So don't pressure yourself to do any more. You're doing just fine the way it is now. It's just the awareness. It's the seed that needs to be planted. And even if you don't like carrots or fucking pumpkins in your patches and stuff, we're still going to need them because other people like them. And it's not just about that. You know what I mean? But take it at your own pace. Be graceful with yourself. There are people that still have to heal from this, and The fact that you're even trying to is better than most of the other people. If you really need to look at it in that sort of angle, then look at it that sort of angle, because you're doing great, you're doing perfect, you're doing just fine. Don't allow the external world to pressure you and to think that you need to do more, or that you're not doing enough, or that you're lacking, or that you're a horrible person, because those things aren't fucking true. Those projections, even if you get those from messages that I say or anyone else says, that's not true. That's a projection from the past. That's something that someone else has put on you. Because I can speak for me, and like the readers that I've talked about on this channel, you can take it up with them too, because like they the same energy, but genuinely, what I say might seem harsh and mean sometimes, but I genuinely say it from the place of love, because these are things that I've had to come to terms with, and people that have been on this path and further ahead of me understand these things as well. But it's one of those things that if you're never even told about it, you're never going to reach that point. But it's a point that you know you can reach, you just don't know how to get there. And when you're given the instructions of how to get there, you don't like it. It's the same reason why the divine doesn't tell you the full plan of your life. Oh, you're gonna be a huge star and all these things are gonna happen. Well, how am I gonna get there? Well, you're gonna have to go through all this shit first. You wouldn't want to sign up for that. So they just tell you this is what you want, you're gonna get that. You're gonna learn lessons along the way to build the strength up for that character that you're gonna live as. That's all it is. It's building up this character. It truly is. And the divine never sends you anything that you can't handle. When you feel you can't handle it, you can always ask the divine for extra help. You can always step back. You know, it's don't ever feel bad if you had to step out of the spiritual journey for a minute. Seriously, you are not punished, because the divine knows why you have to. If it's too much and you have to step away, it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Don't beat yourself up for that, you know, because you can always come back later. There's always time. You're never gonna run out of time. That's some 3D bullshit that people put on you to stress you out and make you retire at fucking 80 years old because you think that you're gonna run out of time and not have enough money for XYZ. You're gonna have enough time. There's always enough time. Because sometimes the divine will just wake you up one day and you'll get it. And it'll be like nothing ever happened. Things like that happen, genuinely. So even if you have to step out of the game, just listen to what feels best to you. Step out of the game for a minute. Stop watching people for a minute. Just leave social media for a minute. Do what you got to do. But just listen to yourself at the end of the day, because that's all the divine ever wants of anyone, is to do what they believe is what they need to do in this life. What's their best outcome. That's all. Is to experience that. The rest of it is the rest of it. The journey of enlightening people and saving souls, that's a whole different journey for a whole group of different people, you know? And those people we attract here too, you know, I'm part of that group, you know, I attract those people here too, but it's just the understanding that it's part of a working year. And the fact that you step out doesn't mean that you're lacking or you're ruining the mission. That just gives permission for someone else to step in to that position and take that energy from you, because they're able to, because they're not only in that situation, but they might have already been through that sort of situation to where they're able to move through it. But these things the divine really wants people to know, especially coming up, because it's very important to just really see how far you've come. I don't think a lot of you really see. And there's times in my life where I still don't see, and I have to think back, really. Like, you've come so much further than you've ever come before. Why do you think it's been so hard up until now? Because you've never made it this far by yourself. You've never made it this far by faith. This is the furthest any of your ancestors have made it, without having external help, without caving back in. You're doing what they couldn't do. That's why it's so hard. The pressure is there, not because the external, but because you know that your ancestors and that spirit's there pushing you, guiding you, showing you, hey, you can do these things. You have the energy to, you have the power to. You're just lost. It's the first time you've done it. It's okay. You make that mistake, we're gonna help you out of it. It's fine, because you know what to do, what not to do. You know what's right, you know what's wrong. So all you have to do is just trust yourself at this point, and the rest of it is in the divine's hands. I'm telling you, like, straight up, that's what the divine really wants everyone to know at this time, because, like, I haven't been talking about it, but I've been getting heat flares and just releasing fucking waves of energy in this room. I'm telling you right now, like, everything's fine. It just feels fucking weird, because we have people coming. So if you didn't know this, we have a bunch of black holes opening just randomly in the fucking Milky Way, randomly, portals are opening. We have a second moon coming in. Nibiru's coming back. We're getting visitors. The energy's fucked up. It's gonna be messed up for a while. We got people from all over the place. We got species from all over the fucking galaxy coming in to see this, to get this to happen, because they know what's about to come down. You better see a whole new ranking of souls appear up on this earth, where you're gonna see people with higher ranking entities and shit than before, and it's going to be from like different dimensions of higher beings that are attaching themselves to light workers to help them along the path. Like this is going to be an evolution that has been waited for forever, and it's going to happen. So of course there's the energy is going to be all fucked up and hyper for us, because everyone else is like, oh my god, it's fucking time, we can come back and we can come to basically what they know as the Akashic records, like the movie of it, at least, where you get to experience it visually and not just read about it. This is the 3D Akashic records, because this is where history's been made. It's where everything happens. Seriously, like the books are lost and we're uncovering them as it speaks, but Earth was really just like a plane for us to all gather and learn, and to learn how to live and discover about life. So they come here like, what the fuck have they discovered? Like, these beings are waking up, like this new energies here. They've discovered something new. They're ready to see these new, upgrades and stuff. It's an amazing time in the Galactic right now. That's all I'm really trying to say. So this energy is because of that. So blame them if you're gonna blame anyone. It's literally not you. It's really like the Galactics opening up and like coming down with so much love and happiness and joy that it's like kind of scary, because it's the divine's love. It's more than you can ever expect or have. So when you have a bunch of galactical beings all coming at you, giving you fucking divine love, you're gonna have a panic attack, because it doesn't feel like love. It feels fucking awful because it's a lot. But that it's a positive, it just feels like a lot because your body's not attuned to it. The more you allow it to come to you, the more you allow it to feel and express it, and the less you push it away, the more you'll be in tune with it, and the more you'll be able to be in that energy and allow those energies to be around you to help you out more. So they're really just trying to get you aware of them so that you can work with them. But it's one of those things where they know that they're not doing it for bad reasons, but it's up to us to know that as well, and they know that, and some of us don't know that, so some of us have to tell others this. You might see people talking about it, but it really is, this energy is just divine love coming down and really showering us, because shit's about to go down. But we have Cheetah, solar force, action, achievement, and masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of solar forces at work. The sun does not shine onto the cheetah, it shines from inside the great creature and expands outwards to brighten the universe. The energy within the cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are the best fuel for a cheetah's forward movement, so if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. When imbalance achieves anything in boundless energy, when out of balance, impatient and competitive, to bring in to balance, reconnect the purpose. And then we have the black egg. And I like the black egg being the last animal card that we're going to read today, because it says a lot. We have speaking from an authentic voice and the truth. The black egg contains one of life's most essential treasures, the truth. Inside of it resides no confusion, excuses, small talk, noises, or lies, not even white ones. This living and breathing vessel harbors only that rings true. When this essence is in balance, we speak slowly and clearly. We are drawn to activities like writing, reading, and teaching, singing, or perhaps public speaking. Sound draws us in, books draws us in, the concept of truth itself draws us in. We start asking questions like, what do I know to be true about myself, and what is true about the world? The energy of the black egg is not yet accessed when we speak from an unsure place. We say things others want to hear, gossip, or repeat stories just to justify our subpar behavior. We might even try to convince ourselves that we have no inner truth at all. The energy of the black egg hovers and waits for us to reconnect. It is available at every moment, in every situation. It is the epicenter of truth, the birthplace of your voice. The black egg in the fifth chakra. The subtle essence of this card resides at the base of the throat, at the Vishuddha chakra. The ancient sages saw the center as the hub that governs our speech and expression. Vishuddha translates to especially pure. The balance of this center is important for all of us, but it's especially essential for writers, educators, musicians, and teachers. So again, just being fully honest and transparent with yourself is really all the divine wants anyone to do at this time. because it's like, do you really see how far you've come, or do you see the lack that you have now? Do you really see how much you've actually healed from, or are you looking how much you have to heal from, like right now, or how much more you have? You know, are you giving yourself gratitude, or are you punishing yourself for feeling like you've done something wrong or bad? And that's what the divine really wants you to question yourself on, and see, like, am I ashamed to be myself because I'm afraid of looking a certain way, or am I thinking that I just can't be this because other people say I can't? You know what I mean? The talisman, it's the key. This is the key to that door, is these questions. And you're gonna find out that all that shit was bullshit pushed into you. And that's when your luck's gonna start kicking in, because you yourself are gonna stop believing in those lies. It's gonna be something that you're gonna end up debunking yourself. Because it's just not going to make any sense to you. It's not going to make any logical sense for these things to work. With air, I'm telling you, it's communication, it's the thoughts, it's this moving energy. It's the key to it. But you have a lot of luck moving forward as well. Like, I'm seeing it, because we have guides and courage. Yeah, your guides are telling you you're being guided to have courage at this time. Really, really, really have courage. Be brave. Be bold. Spiritually cleanse if you need, because there's something in your shadow that's making itself shown, and it's trying to release it. Yeah, we have relief, because relief, full moon. And there's something about this full moon that gave like a bit of relief, or like a calming energy, and now we're back at this chaotic energy. But there was some sort of lesson that you learned around this new moon, this full moon, excuse me. There could be a lesson around the new moon that you're going to be learning too, but there was one around the full moon that taught you, maybe it was a lesson of gratitude or something, or how to stay grounded, or a new way to be grounded, or just taught you, I don't know, it's something about the rewiring of yourself. Yeah, we have meditate. It could have been a meditation you did around the new moon. I mean, the full moon. You might need to meditate on the new moon. I don't know. That new moon energy is crazy. It's coming in already. But yeah, just be aware of like what your body's calling to at this time, because what your body is calling to is going to lead you down the right path at this time. But let's see what's going on with the angels. Let's see what's going on with the angels. You might want to listen to music as well. We have Connect with Music that when they come out face up. So the angels and your guides could be trying to give you signs through music, through lyrics, or just like titles of songs, or however. So be aware of certain music that you listen to, or it pops up, or lyrics that stick in your head, or whatever. I'm shuffle 2 more times. Spirit. Okay. But we have... Connect with Music. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music. We have Change and Transition, Archangel Azrael. Thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. We have Honor Your Beauty, Archangel Joaphil. Thank you, Joaphil, for helping me discover my inner and outer beauty. Focus Your Mind. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. We have Synchronicity. Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. The Divine Physician, Archangel Raphael. Thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. Love and accept yourself. Thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me to self-acceptance. And last but not least, Clear Your Vibes with Archangel Metatron. Thank you, Metatron, for clearing my energy field. Period. So yeah, that is the reading. Thank you, God, Mother, Father. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, all of the galactical species, races that came through here, all the past loved ones, all the ancestors, everyone, every spirit, every soul. And thank you, Collective, for being here as well. If you are looking for high quality bracelets, you can go to the description and click on the Otter link, the Otter Spirit link, and use the code SIBLER20 for 20% off. If you want a reading or any other service that I offer, you can also go to the description and find those too. You can email me or use the order form. If you email me, I can just tell you all the services, or you can use the order form to get it yourself. Either way doesn't matter, but regardless, thank you all so much for being here, for all the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and donations, whether they are energetic or financial. I appreciate both of them fully and wholly. But I love each and every one of you, to the moon and back, tenfold and forever, and I will see you later.